Hi guys, it's Carol. How are you? I am livid. It takes a lot to get me upset. Like the other day, we went to Walmart. They told me my groceries were ready. We go to Walmart, we park, we let them know we're there, and we wait forever and a day. And then Casey calls them and they tell us we're sorry, but we can't find one of your totes of groceries, and so somebody has run to shop for you again, and then we'll bring them right out. Did that make me mad? Did I flip out? No. I understand accidents happen. I understand that. We didn't have to be somewhere else immediately. It was a beautiful day. We didn't mind sitting in the car with the windows down and the nice breeze. I didn't shoo them out. Takes a lot to get me angry. And I used to work at the electric company's call center. I took calls from people who were angry because their electricity had been turned off because they didn't pay the bill. I used to take calls from people who were angry because a storm passed through and blew the lines down and they wanted them up immediately, if not sooner. I had my face ripped off multiple times a shift. So I try to be real nice to customer service reps on the phone. If you don't want to listen to a rant, then just put in the comments, sorry, I don't want to listen to a rant, so at least I'll have a comment from you to count for the algorithm. And give me a thumbs up because I need one. But if you don't mind listening to a rant of what a company is trying to pull on me, stay with me here. I'm not going to name the company yet because hopefully they will get their act together and do me right. But this is the deal. Last year, Black Friday, after Thanksgiving, the mobile phone carrier that I've used for years had a promotion. Let me see if I can find that. The moral of this story, the reason I even want to tell you this, is because I don't want you to be dumb like me. I want you to document everything anybody ever tells you. I don't know if there's a way, but record the phone call. Print out anything they give to you. Keep letters. And then I would take pictures of those things you printed out and save them on a thumb drive thing, so no matter what, you've got a copy. Please do that. Document everything anybody ever tells you in some way that proves you're not just making it up. Okay? Oh, I don't want to even take my blood pressure right now. Okay. Last November, Black Friday, there was a promotion where you could have a free phone. Here. Blah, blah, blah was not included in the free phone promotion. So they're agreeing with me that there was a free phone promotion. However, I got the wrong phone. Do you know why I got the wrong phone? Because they mailed it to me. Okay, Black Friday, they have this promotion. I qualified. Casey qualified. I've been this company's customer for years. So I called the number. I told him, yeah, I'd like to participate in that promotion. I needed a free phone. So they mailed me one. The guy just told me that I told him I received it on December 4th. First of all, he told me, well, we mailed it December 2nd. Well, I didn't get it the same day. But anyway, December 4th, I got the phone in the mail. FedEx brought it. I opened up the box. I activated the phone, had a new phone for free. You have to understand, I have trouble with cell phones. I don't know what I do to them. I My cell phones never last for long. I don't know what I do unless I'm just wearing them out. I don't know. Casey says there's just too much electricity in my body and it messes everything up. Well, anyway, December 4th, I get this new phone. My cell phone bill is not terribly high. It was $25 and some cents. And so I didn't notice that there was an additional charge on there. December is one of the worst months for me depression-wise, and I'm just barely functioning anyway. I have all my bills paid automatically, so I don't have to worry about them because I would forget bills all the time when I'm in my depression hellhole slump. Anyway, so I have my cell phone bill paid every month, automatically comes out of my checking account. Well, for 7 months, I didn't realize they were charging me a payment on that phone that was supposed to be free. Casey got the same phone. She doesn't have any payments on her phone record. And I found that out because I was having problems with this phone, and I wanted to call and see if it had a warranty of any kind or what the deal was, because it was malfunctioning and I could not depend on it to work. I would press on an app, like the Walmart app. It would open up a game app, another business app, anything but the one I wanted. Monday I needed to call my bank. I did the keyboard and put in the phone number, which ends at 8100, so I immediately knew. I pressed call and I'm listening, and the numbers on the screen flash up, and they're not the number of that bank. It's some other number. So I hung up. It was doing a couple other things that I can't even tell you about right now. I don't know what they were. But anyway, I couldn't rely on it to be a good phone. So I was trying to see if there was a warranty. That's when I discovered I was paying like $5 a month for this phone. Well, $5 is a lot of money to me. You know, when you're low income, every penny counts. So last week, amongst my brain scan and my MRI and my lumbar puncture, during all of that, I was in between. I was on the phone with this company saying, what the heck? This was a free phone, and I've been making payments on it all this time. That took a couple of hours, honestly, and I don't know how many reps that I had talked to. But it wasn't just one, and it wasn't a 5-minute deal. It was hours. Okay. I finally got 2 different reps to agree with me. Yes, that phone should have been free. We should not have charged you this $5 for 7 months. We'll refund that to you. Well, the refund didn't show up in the next couple of days, so it was supposed to be put back on my debit card. I kept checking the bank. No, wasn't there. So I called again, another rep. We went through the whole spiel again. That rep said, yes, we were not supposed to charge you for that phone. It was supposed to be free. I'm sorry, we've been charging you. We will refund it back to your debit card. Okay. So I'm waiting on this refund because I don't want to pay for a phone that I was not supposed to be paying for. $5 is a meal to me. You know, that's, I don't have an extra $5 to just pay some big company that has $1 trillion. Okay, fine. Monday, when it messed up on the bank number I was trying to call, and I put that number in right. You cannot mistake 8100 for 4 digits that are totally different. You know, oh gosh, my blood pressure. And so I told Casey, just take me to the local office of this cell phone company here in town. They don't really, it's a store where you can go pay your bill or you can buy a phone from them. You know, they're just guys working for minimum wage probably too. I told Casey, I've got to have a phone that works because I don't have a landline. I have to have a cell phone that works. I'm never scared at home because I've got a phone. I can call 911. The fire department is just down the street. They can be here in 2 minutes. Here where I live, when you call 911, whatever the call is about, a fire truck comes first because 9 times out of 10, they can beat a police officer there. The police officer still gets sent, but the fire department arrives quicker and can start helping you, waiting for the police officers to arrive. Okay, fine. I told Casey, I have to have a phone. Take me to this store that this company has and let me go talk to them. So I go in. No, there's not a warranty on this phone. It's a Samsung. I said, I was told by somebody else that all Samsung phones have a 1-year warranty. Oh, not with us. I've heard that before, so whatever. Okay. So I tell them what's happening. And I said, okay, this is my free phone. This is another phone. I've been paying on for 7 months, even though it was a free phone. I want to trade this phone in on another phone. And they said, okay, we can do that. He's typing away, and he says, oh, you can't trade that phone in because it's financed. I said, no, it's not financed. It was a free phone. Well, we've got down here that it's financed, so you can't trade it in. I told him, yeah, well, all those payments are supposed to be refunded to me because it's not supposed to be financed, and that refund hasn't come through yet. And I told him, look, I have a lot of medical problems. I live alone. I simply must have a phone that I can depend on. I don't have a landline. I just have this phone with your company. I've been a customer for years. I need y'all to help me with a phone. He says, okay. Bless his heart. I swear these people probably make minimum wage, but they're the kind of people that will bend over backwards trying to help you. He's typing away and blah, 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 blah. And he finally says, you can't trade that phone in because it's financed. What you can do is pay off the phone, and then we can sell you this phone and finance it for you because I didn't have extra money. That's the only way I can get a phone on your account because it shows that it's financed. I was so frustrated. Okay, I said, so you're telling me the only way I can get a working phone with this company is if I pay off the free phone and then agree to buy another phone that I'll make a monthly payment on. I'm sorry, that's the only thing I can do. They close at 7. This was like 6:45. I just wanted to leave with a working phone. I had to have a phone. So I said, fine. I just got my Social Security check. I can't afford to pay it off, but I've got the money. Let me pay it off so I can have a phone. Assuming that they're going to refund me the 7 monthly payments, and then they'll refund me this amount that I'm paying for. Okay, come home with a new phone. That one was an A15. This is a Samsung A16. Instead of $5 a month, it'll be $7 a month. But I have to have a phone. Okay, come home. And then today, I get a message from this company that I'm not naming yet. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to read it to you. Here it is. Hello. We are following up regarding your recent request for a credit. After a thorough review, we regret to inform you that a credit cannot be issued at this time. The Galaxy A15 5G was not included in the free phone promotion. Well, you sent it to me. I didn't, I just said, I called them, said, yeah, I want that promotion. They FedExed me a phone. It never dawned on me to check to see, is this the phone you're supposed to be sending me? Because I trusted you to do your job. Was not included in the free phone promotion. However, please note that you currently have the Galaxy A16 5G, which I got Monday, which qualified under the free 5G phone with number transfer promotion. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused and appreciate your understanding. Now, nowhere does it say we're not going to charge you for the A16. Nowhere does it say that. So, I had an A15 that they sent to me. I didn't request an A15. I said, yes, I would like to participate in your promotion. Okay, we'll FedEx a phone right to you. I got it as an A15. I didn't know I needed to check to see if that was the phone I should have gotten because I trusted them to do their job. Go to that place. They says, I'm sorry, I can't do a thing for you because it shows it's financed and I don't have the ability to remove this. I can't add another phone to your account because without adding another line, because you've got a phone financed on this phone number. I can't sell you another phone on monthly payments on this phone number without another line because you've already got one that you're making payments on, even though you're not supposed to be making those payments. Okay, so I paid off the phone, which now I've paid the full amount because I made the payments for 7 months and then I paid off the balance. These are cheap phones, but still, they're like, the A16 is $199, the A15 was like $149, but still, that's $149 I don't have. And you told me it would be free. So now, I've paid off the A15, $149 total, I believe it was, with money that needed to go to medical bills. And I bought an A16, hoping it wouldn't be as lousy as the A15, and I agreed to make monthly payments on it because that's the only thing I could do. Now they send me this message. The Galaxy A15 was not part of that promotion. Well, yes, send it to me. So I get on the phone with the customer rep again. And I immediately started out telling him, you don't make enough money to deal with me, so send me to a supervisor, please. He says, well, you have to at least tell me what the problem is first. We have this procedure I have to do. So tell me what the problem is. So I said, okay, I'm going to try to remain calm because it's not your fault, but it's this company's fault because they sent me a phone and now they're charging me for it when it's supposed to be free. I tell him the whole spiel. He looks it all up. He says, you're right, that you were supposed to get a free phone last December and you got this phone and then we charged you for it. And I said, yes, I want my money back. That person said, yeah, we'll refund it. It'll go back to your debit card. Well, it did not. And then today I get this message. Now, meanwhile, between that, me talking to that rep, and I get this message today, I went to the company store and bought a phone on their payment plan because I had to have a phone. And I paid off the first phone. Hello, we are following up regarding your recent request for a credit. After a thorough review, we regret to inform you that a credit cannot be issued at this time. The Galaxy A15 5G was not included in the free phone promotion that you sent to me. However, please note that you currently have the Galaxy A16 5G, which qualified under the 5G phone number with number transfer promotion. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused you. Like, I've spent like 5 hours on the phone with reps between this week and last week. And appreciate your understanding. My understanding. If you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to us. So I reached out today when I got this. And I said, I read this to the guy, and I said, so does that mean you're not going to charge me for the A16? And you're going to refund me the money for the A15 that I wasn't supposed to be paying for? Well, no. It doesn't indicate that. We go through this whole spiel. I'm thinking my blood pressure is going to explode and I'm going to have a heart attack. So I was on the phone with him 29 minutes and some odd seconds. I thought, okay, I'm not going to insist on a supervisor right now because I'm afraid I'll die of a heart attack. So he said, I said, okay, will you send me a text, an email, a letter in the mail that says, yes, I was not supposed to be paying for this phone all along, and the A16 was part of the promotion, so I shouldn't be paying for it now? Will you send me a letter, a text, an email, or all three preferably, that this is what we have discovered should happen? He says, no, I don't have the ability to do that. I'm so sorry. I just have to take calls, and I have to take, 60 calls an hour, whatever. I don't have the ability to send you a text, an email, or a paper letter. So he says, okay, when your next bill comes out next month, if there's a charge of any amount for a phone on the payment plan, call us back. Then we can send you to a supervisor. And then bless his heart, I kept telling him, I know it's not your fault. You don't get enough money, paid enough money to deal with me. I am so furious. I also want reimbursed for my 5 or 6 hours on the phone of my time, but whatever. Anyway, I kept telling him, I'm sorry. I'm trying to not be nice. And he says, yeah, I agree with you. I would be crazy too. And then when we end the call after 30 minutes, he says, there's just one more thing. We would like you to fill out the survey telling us if you're happy with our service. I laughed and I said, oh, I will be happy to fill out that service. Summary, whatever. I'll be happy to do that for you. It'll take pages, but oh yeah, I know you had to say that to me. He's laughing. I'm laughing. Next month, I should get my bill. I think it comes like the 15th of the month. I don't get a paper bill. I have it done all electronically, but I'm going to change that to a paper bill so I have something in my hand. I'll be back middle of July and tell you if there is a payment on my cell phone bill for a cell phone. Because if there is, I'm just going to explode and hope I don't have a heart attack. I'm just so furious. I'd like to say the name of the company and ask you, do you know anybody at this company that's a supervisor or the president or anything? But I don't want to say anything, the name of the company yet, because they may straighten it all out and do me right. So I don't want to say bad things about a company until I know that they deserve it. That's my rant for today. And the guy says, would you please fill out the survey? I said, oh yeah, I'll be filling out that survey, all right. Oh, geez, Louise. Okay, this is a long video. I'm just going to shut up now. I'm just going to shut up now. Thank you for letting me rant to you, because I needed to rant to somebody besides the person I ranted to for 30 minutes on the phone. I will see you in the next video, and it will be much more pleasant. I hope. I'll try. Let me know how things are going on in your world. It's got to be better than mine today. This was not the only upset this week, but I'll tell you about that next week. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for giving me thumbs up. Thank you for leaving me a comment. Just thank you for being here. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and I'll try to be calm. Bye.